Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nautilus. Today I want to finish the build for the lower deck. This is the aft part of the ship behind the engine room, so down that long hallway up there. But first I want to make one change from last time. Jet Blast 190 suggested taking these kiln crates out of this little room and replacing them with the pipes, which look like spare drive shafts. So I want to go ahead and do that. And I think that will convey the purpose of this room a little bit better, as he pointed out. And these do fit in this room. So I think that looks better. Let's come out of the editor and just take a quick look. Yeah. So that looks a little bit better. That looks more like what you would expect to find here. And actually, might be better to turn that, I'm thinking. That looks like a weird orientation to store those things. It's going to be easier probably to pull them out this way. Although they're hollow, so yeah, probably that way is better. They look a little more solid that way. Alright, yeah, I think that lines up with the movie, and I like that better, so thanks for the suggestion, man. Alright, on with the rest of the build for the lower deck, and that's going to be this area back here. We don't really know much about this part of the ship. The only glimpse we see of it in the movie is this scene where Ned is imprisoned in what looks like a storage hold. And as I mentioned back in episode 11, when we get to this part of the movie, there are some inconsistencies in the layout of the ship. After the ship is shelled, it blows a hole in this room. The guards flee through a room that looks like the galley and down a hallway, and that would imply that this hold is the pantry behind the galley, but we know this cannot be on the upper deck because the guards end up in the engine room, not the grand salon. Also, when Ned tries to escape the rising water, he moves up the ladder and ends up on the upper deck. This looks like the hallway outside the galley. However, when the ship is attacked by the giant squid, we see the crew arming themselves in the ship's armory, while Ned watches from behind a sealed door. Now, I don't really know where the armory could be within the ship's layout. It just does not fit with any of the other rooms. There's nowhere that makes sense to put it up here. There's nowhere... You don't really have room on either side for an armory. And even if we did put it there, I don't know how that would connect with this area. It just doesn't really make sense unless it was a side room and they could get to it through here. But since I don't really know where the armory goes, I'm not even going to try to build it. I'm just going to ignore it. And so we're going to build the rest of the hallway down here, the little room that goes up through that hatch, and then the storage hold in the rear. And I think that will be sufficient for our purposes. So I think I'm going to start by finishing off the top part of this hallway. And I think the easiest way to do that is to just put those things in there and stack those up. For the floor, I'm thinking maybe... Let me pick that up. I don't know that I want to run this all the way down. I mean, it does kind of set it apart up above a little bit, but I think it's going to use more memory. And so I think what I will do instead is we'll go ahead and put these terrain blocks back in once again. And I think we'll do that. And right now I'll just put that in there. And we could put a few of these along here if you really wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. I think what I'm going to do we're going to pick this little piece up, put it down, and I'm going to use the tall block here. And just put a little doorway on the end of this, which will also cover up the ugliness on the end of those Death Star walkways. Well, let's see, how far over do we need to go? Should be getting close. There it is. Iron rivets. I'll set that to be my theme. Yeah, and this will end up being a little bit bigger size room than I'd really like, but it needs to be, I think, just because we have this pipe located here. So I kind of like those walls over here to be over one, and I guess we could maybe do that. Yeah, let's do that. Slide these over and kind of line this up a little bit more with what's up above. And we'll do that. I think I like that better. And by the way, if you have not yet checked out the Disney Infinity Archive project, since I have a moment, I'm going to throw a commercial for that in here. Because I've been having a lot of fun bringing that out and working on that. We have a lot of material there that's available for you to see now, including some things that haven't been seen by anybody in probably 7 years. I've been uploading the Marvel Battlegrounds strategy videos. I've been uploading tutorials that haven't been seen. These are official Disney produced tutorials for the 3.0 toy box. And after I finish those, I'm going to upload the ones probably another month or so for the 2.0 and 1.0 versions of the game too, because they had tutorials for them as well. I've got HD versions of the Toy Box TV, HD trailers. I got some rare trailers I'm going to be putting up soon. Trying to do them in order. So if you haven't gone over there and checked out what I've got, you should do that if you're a fan of Disney Infinity, because there's a lot of cool stuff over there and a lot of cool things that'll be coming out soon. Trying to put up several videos a day, and a lot of new stuff. A lot of stuff that hasn't been seen, like I said, in 7 years. So go check it out. Alright, so we have our hallway leading to the engine room. And I like how these pipes just kind of make this feel closed in, but they feel like you're inside the guts of the ship. So I really like that. Then we come out into that little room with what would have been a ladder, but we have the pipe climb. That gets us up here where we have the ship's galley and the pantry back there, and the other hallway leading down to the Grand Salon. Like I said, I just don't know where the armory would be in this layout. It doesn't really fit anywhere. But okay, this is looking really good. It's a little plain in here, but I don't think you really want a lot of pipes or anything. I mean, if we wanted to, we could, since this is the lower deck, we could put some more decorations in here. Some of these kiln pieces and things. And add a little bit more detail. But you don't want too much in this room because this isn't the engine room. I think that'll be sufficient. Okay, and then we have the little storage room we need to put back here. And I think I'm going to use these flat walls and try to save a little memory because I am well over the halfway point here now on my memory meter. And it's starting to get a little alarming. Alright, so I'm going to close this off like that in a moment. I'd like to see what I'm doing in there though first. And since this is a storage area, let's put some storage things in there. So maybe these crates could go in here. Let's see, what else could we put on the other side? By the way, I believe these pipes are from the Marvel Battlegrounds playset that I used earlier. If you don't have those, go up to Building Sets Group 2, and there are some pipes up here. You could use those in that other room. We could actually even use those in here if we wanted. Kind of try to make this look like a storage area for equipment. I don't know that I'd want to put toxic barrels in there, but but oil drums. You could put all kinds of things in here if you like. A lot of things that might fit depending on how you work this. I'd like that to be closer to that wall, but that's just not going to work. And there's some other excuse me, decorations you could put there too. Different kinds of crates and things. So I think just to save memory, I'll reuse the kiln stack of crates here. Just put those in there like that. And again, if you wanted to, you could put the balcony blocks up here along the top of this, just to give a little bit of detail to the ceiling. But I don't think I'm going to do that on mine, because again, I want to save a little bit of memory. So we're just going to bring this block in there just like that. All right, so there we go. Kind of a little storage area. The room here that leads to the engine room. I really like this. The diving chamber. The outfitting room with the ballast area. Let me go up the pipe. We're in the chart room. Nemo's quarters is back here. The Grand Salon is back here. This really feels like you're on Nemo's submarine. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And with that, we're finished with the lower deck. It's a little bit shorter video this time, but I think that's all right. Next time I'm going to build the wheelhouse above the chart room where the crew pilots the submarine. You won't want to miss that, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just click my photo in the lower right corner of this video and leave a comment before you go and let me know what you think of my build today. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching and have a great day.